Gentlemen, awesome to be back with you on MGTOW Money. This, of course, is MGTOW 2.0. Today's topic, how you can make money like the Chinese and Russians. Before we get to that, let me, of course, sincerely thank the ongoing investment support from the Patreon supporters of this channel. As well as let me specifically welcome Don't Give a S to the MGTOW Money Army. Sir, welcome. As well as I want to thank sincerely those men who bought me a cup of coffee via PayPal over the past couple of videos. Thank you guys very much. See today's video description to consider becoming a Patreon supporter of this channel. Gentlemen, you know you're making money from this channel. Let's keep it rolling. All right, let's get on to some secrets about how are the Chinese and Russians making money. Gentlemen, one of the things that I've stressed is in markets, in any type of market, you want to buy low, sell high. You want to be buying stocks anywhere in the world, buying stocks in early 2009. You want to be looking at real estate in 2010, 2011, 2012. You want to be buying Bitcoin right after the Mt. Gox hacking that took place when it dropped about $200-300 per Bitcoin back in, I think it was about 2011, 2012. The point is, when things are down, you want to be thinking about buying them. And more importantly, you want to move forward, ideally, with buying them. Because what you're getting, gentlemen, is something, and I'm quoting Warren Buffett on this, you're getting a margin of safety. In other words, your downside, hopefully, is not that great, but your upside is considerable. It's considerably high. So in other words, it might go down 10, 20%, but it might actually go up 50, 60, 100%. That's the ideal type of investment, gentlemen, you want to be looking for. And something I've noticed, as well as numerous other people have noticed over the past couple of years, the Chinese and Russians in general, the Chinese and Russian governments have been accumulating tons, and I emphasize that word, tons of the barbaric metal. Specifically, I'm talking about gold. They have been accumulating, from official figures, tons of gold, especially over the past few years. And not so coincidentally, in 2016 and 2017, in both years, both consecutive years, the gold price has risen. Now, gentlemen, I've emphasized to you, going back to some of the earliest videos that I ever did, is putting a portion of your investment portfolio, just your investment monies that you have to put into various markets, that you include gold. Specifically, though, today, I'm going to give specific recommendations of things that are cheap. In other words, you're going to be buying low, and hopefully you can sell high, that they have a good, as I perceive it, a strong margin of safety. Furthermore, gentlemen, to show you that I do have skin in the game, that I do eat my own cooking, if you will, I am going to include photos of my own personal holdings, of some of my own personal holdings that I have. All right, so let's specifically start out with one gold piece that you need to consider. That is a St. Gaudens, Gaudens, $20 gold piece. No, gentlemen, I'm not some sort of coin collector. I'm not a numismatist, but I am an asset buyer. I am an investor. These were gold coins that were made by the U.S. Mint, in other words, from the U.S. government, from 1907 to 1930. Each of them contains about approximately 1 ounce of gold. What's wonderful about this particular investment is that the downside here is relatively low. They are trading today approximately at the same price the price of gold is. In other words, although you're buying this coin that's nearly 100 years old in many cases, you're buying it for about the same as you would for a coin that was made today, that came straight from the mint. In other words, again, the premium is low. You're only paying, if gold is trading today around $1,340 an ounce, you're paying for one of these coins about $1,400. So you're paying, again, a small premium over just the bullion gold price. In other words, you can get a nice turbocharge to your investment in buying these coins. If you get an increase in gold, in the gold price, they of course will increase. And correspondingly, because of their collector value, because of their relative scarcity, the premium should increase. We saw the premium significantly increase back in 2010, 2011 during that last gold bull market, where sometimes the premium was running 20, 30, 40% where right now it's around 5 to 10% versus gold bullion. Let me throw out a second idea for you, gentlemen. This is a little bit less expensive. This comes straight out of the classic film, the James Bond film, Russia with Love. If you've seen that movie, one of the things that Bond was carrying around with him were 50 English, British gold sovereigns. These are little gold coins. Each of these are about 1/4 of an ounce of gold. So again, as opposed to being 1 ounce of gold, this is only about 1/4 ounce of gold. These were used as money, gentlemen, worldwide and were very, very popular up until, again, about 100 years ago. You can pick these up, gentlemen, very inexpensively, relatively speaking. The premium, again, is low on these, gentlemen. It's very low versus the gold price, and you can buy these for around $335 or so, $340, $350. The point is, you can buy these at a low price. These are something excellent for a starter investor, for someone who's starting to think about getting a little bit of money into gold, something they can physically hold, something that's going to have some value. All right, let me throw out another idea for you, gentlemen. I know there's some silver bugs out there, and yes, silver can be a tremendous investment. Many, many times, gentlemen, if the gold market runs strong, so will the silver market. Silver is a very close cousin as an investment to gold. I would encourage you can, for example, purchase silver rounds. Again, it's a silver coin, if you will. You can purchase these for around $20 a piece. Not a lot of money, gentlemen, to hold real money. In other words, something that's had value for, about the past 5,000 years. Gentlemen, dare I say, it's going to have value for the rest of your life. In addition, another idea that I have for you is, and I can remember doing this so much as a young child, was seeking out dimes, quarters, and $half that were minted prior to, this is from the United States, that were minted prior to 1964. The reason why 1964, I should say cut off at 1964, was that to that year, up until 1964, they were 90% silver. In other words, the content of the coin was 90% silver. And I still remember, gentlemen, as a young child, when there was a huge run-up in the silver price, and this is in 1980, it peaked in 81, actually, January 81. I remember this very well, actually. Silver dimes, a dime, a 10-cent dime, was selling for, in other words, people were buying them for $1.10. So in other words, a 10-cent dime was actually being bought by coin dealers for $1.10. That is where you want to be, gentlemen. You want to be getting in these types of investments while the premium is low, while the demand is not there. All right, let's quickly summarize here, gentlemen. Putting some percentage of your overall investment dollars, your overall portfolio into precious metals is a good idea. I'm not going to tell you the percentage. I would say at least 5% at the very least, up to 25% as Harry Brown recommends for his permanent portfolio. You need to decide the correct percentage for yourself, gentlemen, but I encourage you, by owning some precious metals, by physically holding in your hands and holding in your residence or wherever you want to keep them, some precious metals, you're going to gain two huge benefits. Number one, you're going to gain a non-correlated asset. Look, gentlemen, I don't know what's going to happen with the stock market tomorrow, the bond market, whatever, the Bitcoin market, etc. Neither do you, gentlemen. Neither do any of the experts. We don't know if they're about to collapse tomorrow or whatever's going to happen. What we do know, though, again, using history as our guide of thousands of years, is that over the long haul, precious metals, gold, silver, do hold their value. So that is a tremendous benefit to you. So if all the other markets go down, you can be relatively secure that you've got something that's probably not going to go down very much, and it actually might increase dramatically. Number two, they being precious metals really are, gentlemen, ultimate form of insurance. They're readily tradable around the world. Gentlemen, if you'll do some traveling, you will see, for example, especially in Asian countries, you literally will see gold shops on every corner. They're almost as common as Starbucks in many countries. They can provide you a protection against some sort of weird black swan event. Something unusual happens. And I immediately think about what happened during the mid to late 70s when the Vietnam War, when the American troops were withdrawing from Vietnam and many of the South Vietnamese were fleeing persecution from the North Vietnamese. Do you know, gentlemen, how many of those people from South Vietnam escaped? They specifically escaped with gold. They specifically escaped using their holdings of gold to trade their way out, to buy their passage out of that situation. All right, gentlemen, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button if you found this useful. As always, John Galt out.